It's your boy Samson, the bad guy, right here, local locker room. You know the vibes and you know the energy. This is not a talk of the town, though it should be a talk of the town. This is not a talk of the town. This is more along the lines of a rant. This is a rant coming from the bad guy. Now, normally I put these rants on social media. I type a post, or normally I go live to speak on these rants. But I didn't want nobody in the comments. I didn't want to go back and forth. I just wanted to get this off my chest and get it out the way real quick. Let me explain something. You adults, and I'm not just talking about the parents this time. I'm going to push the parents to the side this time. This is at you coaches. Understand, you new era coaches, you New Testament coaches, you young guys that want us old guys to get out the way and sit the hell down somewhere, or you want us old guys to sit our old ass down and watch you do what you do. You young coaches, man, some of y'all, not all, some, getting to the point where it's many. The some went from some to many. A lot of y'all is out here messing the game up, and I'm going to tell you why you messing the game up for our area, right? And I'm in the DMV area, and a lot of other states already don't give us credit for having good football. A lot of other areas will not bring their top-tier teams up here to play our top teams, which we do have top-tier teams in the DMV. Do not get it twisted, but they won't come play us. So we don't get to see that. The reason they won't come play us, because I done talked to a couple of top-tier guys in other states, and the reason they won't come play us, because they don't want to take the trip, not even knowing if it's worth it. I'm just being honest. They don't want to take the trip, not knowing if it's worth it. For example, TJ and Al and Shaping Futures and City Life and all that good stuff, they did an event called the Block Party last year, right? Flanagan from Rare Breed down in Atlanta, right? Brought a bunch of teams up. Rare Breed, RDU, a couple of Atlanta teams came up, right? And if I'm not mistaken, they really put foot to ass. They put foot to ass. I can't remember how many of our teams actually beat the teams from down that way. I got to go back and look on my live feeds and shit because I was in the building. EF was in the building. The event was fire, don't get it wrong. But again, a lot of these guys are wondering if they need to come up here because they're not sure if it's worth it. They're not sure if it's worth it. Just being honest with you. They're not 100% sure if it's even worth it, bro. Real rap. Because they don't want to make these long ass trips and then we don't even have teams worth them playing. And they can't even figure out if the teams are worth it. You know why? You know what they say? Again, this is coming from out-of-staters. This is coming from other top tier teams out of state. You know why they say they can't tell if our teams are really worth coming up here playing? Because we won't even play the best teams in our backyard. Our top tier teams won't even play the other top tier teams in our own backyard. So they feel as though, why should we come up there to play a team when every time we do come up that way, or every time a team does come from out of state, they're kicking our ass. And I'm not gonna say every single time, but a lot of the time. So with that being said, my rant is this. After hearing that and having those conversations, my rant is this. And shout out to Tone because he fully agreed. He had been saying the same thing last year. And I told him that that wasn't the case, that was bullshit. But then after hearing it straight from the horse's mouth myself, I have to accept the fact that Tone was right. Time out with Tone was right. And that bothers me. In fact, it doesn't bother me, it pisses me off. That other top tier teams really don't want to come here and play because we don't even play each other. We have top tier teams in every age group that won't even play each other right here in our own backyard. For whatever reason, some of y'all making it personal. It's a damn shame that the best kids in our area can't play against each other because some of the coaches in our area can't get along with each other. Make that make sense. This is supposed to be youth football. So why in the hell is adults stopping youth from playing football if this is youth football? This ain't semi-pro. This ain't minor leagues. This ain't the XFL. This ain't the motherfucking new UFL. This ain't the fucking NFL. This ain't the Canadian League. This is youth football. And we can't even see the top tier teams in our area play each other because adults can't put their personal egos and their personal feelings to the side for an hour and a half so that these kids can play football. You are 53 yards apart. You ain't gotta shake hands. Let your kids shake hands after the game. Let your coaches who do got some sense shake hands after the game. But if you and another coach can't get along long enough for the kids to play the sport that they love to play, then stay your asses on your respective sidelines until the game is over and you ain't got to talk to each other. But not playing games and not letting these kids play against top tier talent. And a lot of y'all is out here saying, it's about the kids. It's about the kids. It's about the kids. It's about the kids. Well, if it's about the kids, stop saying you not playing because of your personal feelings towards another person. Now listen. Before y'all get to assuming that this is about one person or another, or this is about ducking, this has nothing to do with ducking. This has everything to do with coaches having personal feelings towards other coaches or presidents or whatever the case may be, so therefore they're stopping the kids from playing. You cannot say that it's about the kids, but yet you're not playing because of another adult. That math ain't mathing. That math ain't mathing. And this is a open rant to whoever is doing it. This isn't a personal shot. This isn't a disrespectful shot. This is me telling you coaches that are doing this to really look in the mirror, to look back at your old posts, to look back at some of your recent posts, at the post where you're saying it's about the kids, at the post where you say I love coaching the kids, at the post where you say I love seeing my kids develop. If you're making posts about the kids, but you're not playing games because of your internal personal thoughts, personal feelings, personal issues with another coach, how is it about the kids? How can you say you like seeing your kids compete, but yet you're not allowing them to compete against the best team in the area? How can you say you want to see your kids progress and be developed, but you're slowing down their development by making them play kids that are lesser than them? Because you don't want to play the better kids because of your personal feelings. So I want a lot of you coaches who say this, but don't play those games. I want you to really look in the mirror and ask yourself, is that personal feeling, is that personal issue that you have as a grown-ass man towards another grown-ass man really worth stopping your kids who come to practice on time, who come to practice every day, who do what you tell them to do? Is your personal feelings enough to stop them from getting better? I see a lot of y'all use that whole phrase, iron sharpens iron, but then you out here playing plastic because you got a personal vendetta or a personal issue or personal grievance with the adult that's holding the iron that can sharpen your iron. Again, this is not an angry thing. I'm upset, I'm irritated because I'm watching coaches, not parents, though they play their part at times. I'm watching coaches destroy the sport that they claim they love to coach because of their personal, individual feelings towards other coaches who are also coaching in youth football. Make it make sense. Again, this has nothing to do with ducking. This has everything to do with grown-ass men not being able to put their personal feelings to the side for those that they claim they coach for. I want y'all to look in the mirror and I want you to ask yourself, is my personal feelings more important than what I claim I do this for? Again, if you're claiming it's about the kids, you're claiming you don't care what nobody else thinks, you're claiming you don't care about nobody else, and you're in this for your team and your kids, then why not play the games that's gonna make your kids better regardless of what your feelings are towards that coach? Again, a football field is 100 yards long, 53 and a half yards wide. You never have to be around an individual that you don't like. You don't. I've coached against a lot of people that I don't like. Just being 100. Never dapped them up, never shook their hand, never went around them after the game. The field is 53 yards wide. You don't have to be around an individual that you don't like. I'm gonna say this again. For example, and I know this shit's over and it's dead it, and I've talked to James, I've talked to Chris so I can speak on it. That situation, right? That situation, they still play the states. They still play the states, folks. They did. They still played. Not this past year, but the year before, they played the states. Chris was on one sideline, James was on the other. Was there an issue? Was there a problem? Was there a beef? Was there any altercations? I didn't see nothing, and I was in the booth calling the game. James won, and it still wasn't no altercation. Both teams left the stadium at the same time at Liberty High School. Both teams left at the same time. I was standing in the parking lot taking pictures with kids from both teams, and there wasn't an issue. So when coaches say we not playing because of this or because of that, nah, man, I don't want to hear that. If you're a top-tier team, you should be playing the other top-tier teams in the area. There's no excuse for it, period. Period. A lot of y'all claim you make your own schedules and you do this, that, and the third. A lot of y'all would say things last year like, get with me in June, get with me in June. And I'm seeing some of these teams asking for dates from these June scheduled niggas, and ain't no dates being given. Again, this ain't about ducking. We're not talking about ducking. Because some of these teams that's not doing it are too good to duck. And they play better teams. They play other good teams. So it's not about ducking. A lot of you coaches have personal issues towards other teams and coaches. And you're going to say that that's not true, but your actions show different. Your actions show different. So again, I need some of you coaches to really look in the mirror. Really look in the mirror, because you're a walking contradiction. Your actions don't match what you're saying on social media. You're claiming it's about the kids. You're claiming you're here for your kids. You're claiming you want what's best for your kids. You're claiming that you want your kids to compete against the best. You're claiming that you want your kids to develop. But you're holding them up because of your personal feelings in your heart towards another grown man. And that's weird vibes to me. Also, some of y'all won't even play the best in your area, but you'll go play the best out of state. Make it make sense. You don't even know if you're ready. Let's keep it funky. You don't even know if you're ready. You got Southern Hospitality coming up. You got Northern Hospitality coming up. I see some of y'all going to War Zone or Battleground, whatever it's called, and you don't even know if you're ready. So when you go out there, get your shit knocked loose, as the little kids are saying, and I wish y'all stopped saying these corny-ass chants, because half y'all that sing these chants, you let your kids sing these chants. Some of y'all singing the chants with them. I watched a dude from North Carolina at the Petersburg event, hyping his kids up, allowing them to say this crazy shit, and then go out there and get your damn head knocked off. Again, if you're not playing the best in your area, why are you even taking them kids out of state to get their head knocked in when you don't even know if they're ready? Because of your personal feelings. So I need some of y'all to look in the mirror, again, like I said, and really ask yourself, if you in this about the kids, then why are you allowing your personal feelings as a grown man towards another grown man stop these kids from competing against another group of good kids? Because all the kids want to do is play football. Y'all's time is up. Let them have their moment. You did. And on that note, the rant is over, and I'm out here.